And there they go.
Welcome back to RacingNews.com. I'm Magic, and today we're taking a closer look at the Busher Invitational Stakes at Aqueduct on Saturday, March 5th. This is race 9 on the card, and it's a 50-point Kentucky Oaks prep race. 6 fillies signed on to go a mile. Here with me to preview the race is Dr. Miranda. Dr. Miranda, it's a small field. I'm sorry to do that to you, but I feel like there's a really strong favorite here that you're going to have a strong opinion about.
Yes. So we only have a field of 6, but rumor has it that there's only going to be 5. One of them is going to be scratching Morning Matcha. It's expected to scratch in favor of the mainline stakes on Tuesday at Parks, according to the trainer. So we'll still talk about her in case she doesn't, but right now there's probably only going to be 5 in the race. So the first one is Shotgun Hottie for William Morey and Eric Kinsell. It's a filly by Gunrunner making her 3rd stakes debut. She won her last ungraded stakes in the Ruthless at Aqueduct on February 6th. She's stretching back out in distance, which I think will benefit her because she likes to make those late moves, which she's done in both of her wins so far. The problem I have with her is that she's not very fast on paper. So unless a pace meltdown happens, I do not see her being able to close the front runners. And she has to be really close in order to win this race. She got a 64 buyer last time out, which isn't the greatest. The second place finisher just raced last week and did get a 75. Maybe she's faster than what she seems. The number 2 is Sterling Silver. This filly has only had 2 career starts, but has managed to win both. She was in a stakes company last time out and was able to get a 77 buyer, but the track had a lot of inside speed bias that day, and she was pretty much able to get the perfect trip. It's also telling that the 2nd and 3rd place people behind her, their buyers next time out, were 18 and 25 points below what they had. So she has a little bit of work to do in the fact that she's never raced this far before either. The number 3, Morning Matcha, like I said, this horse is supposed to be scratching, but if she is still running, I think that she should be a good contender. But she has a lot of experience running at 4 different tracks so far, finishing on the board every single time. She's faced Magic Circle, who was in this race last time out and finished behind her, but she was also bumped from the beginning, and she was wider than her the entire trip. She should like the added distance in this 1 mile turn. Because she is a deep closer, there's not a whole lot of pace in here, so I think this is going to favor the front runners, though. The number 4 is Vinti Valentine with Jorge Abreu and Manny Franco. She had a very impressive 2-year-old career with breaking her maiden first time out, then winning an ungraded stakes a month later. She then went to the Desmoselle, where she faced Nest, who is arguably one of the best 3-year-olds out there right now. She lost by only a neck. She has been off training in Florida since then, working out pretty consistently. I like the fact that she's going back to New York, which is her home track and where she feels pretty comfortable. The trainer says she figures that she's going to be a forward factor in this race, and she doesn't need the lead, but if she gets the lead, she's going to try to keep her there. Another thing to point out is that the barn of Abreu, though, has been very quiet lately. He's only 1 for 18 in the last 3 months, so that makes me a little nervous. The number 5 is Magic Circle for Rudy Rodriguez and Kendrick Carmouche. Rudy is looking for his 3rd win in the Busher Stakes with this filly, and she's actually currently 10th on the Oaks leaderboard. She has most recently won the Busan Stakes, going gate to wire and earning an 80 buyer. Before that, she was also in the Desmoselle Stakes and finished behind Vinti Valentine and Nest. Her highest buyer is at a mile distance, and that was in the Tempted Stakes at Belmont, where she was able to edge out Nest, which is in itself pretty impressive. Seeing how Nest ran last time out, Magic Circle has been able to set the pace in each of her last 2 starts. But this time she's going to have Vinti Valentine onto her inside, who will be pushing her the entire time, which could make for a pace meltdown and favor one of the closers. And lastly, we have Radio Days for Shug and Dylan Davis. She is currently the morning line favorite and has the highest buyers in the field and keeps improving each time out. Last time she was at this track, she won pretty easily, winning by 8 lengths, even after getting bumped. Last time she was in Ford Gal, where she was the favorite once again, but she lost to Girl with a Dream, who was able to go gate to wire pretty easily. This trip's a little bit longer than her previous starts, and she should like the distance, especially since she likes the stalk, and the Tudor inside may end up having a speed duel. So, with all that said, though, I'm going to go against the favorite. I'm going to go with the number 5, Magic Circle. I like the fact that she has been racing consistently since September. So she's in good form and isn't coming off a layoff like Vinti Valentine. And I also just don't like the Florida where they're doing the Ford Gal. I don't really like the contenders that come out of those races. In an exacta and trifecta box, I'm going to go with 2, 5, 6 and hope Sterling Silver can close from behind. Now, in the case that Morning Matcha doesn't scratch, I would use her as a long shot because she is just as good as any of these horses, in my opinion.
And you're going to get 5-1, at least on the morning line with Morning Matcha there. Radio Days, the 7-5 favorite. Dr. Miranda, I was a little surprised too because I'm with you. I'm going with Magic Circle, and not just because she's got a great first name in that spot. Head over to racenews.com. We've got free picks for every race, every track around the country, including full coverage of the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks trails. We also have the inside track to the Fountain of Youth Stakes wagering guide available right now. Go to racenews.com and check that out. Hit like if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you like it. Tell us below in the comments who you think is winning the Busher. We'll see you at the track.
This has been a presentation of RacingDudes.com, your destination for all things horse racing and sports betting. Whether you want free winners, expert insider picks, up-to-the-minute trackside weather reports, or podcasts and videos for bettors of all skill levels, never make another wager without visiting the Racing Dudes. First,